Imagine standing in a courtroom, the world watching as women in uniform are forced to confront the unimaginable crimes they once committed. These were not ordinary women. They were guards in one of the most infamous concentration camps of Nazi Germany. And just months after the war ended, they would face one of the most chilling executions in modern history. But what exactly happened to the female guards of Bergen-Belsen? And why does their story remain one of the darkest and most controversial legacies of World War II? Stay with me. When Allied forces liberated Bergen-Belsen in April 1945, what they discovered shocked the world. Over 50,000 corpses littered the camp, victims of starvation, disease, and brutality. The images captured then are some of the most haunting ever recorded. Among those arrested were not only male officers, but also a group of female guards whose cruelty became the subject of worldwide outrage. These women, once seemingly ordinary citizens, had been recruited as Aufseherinnen, female overseers tasked with maintaining order, but their role went far beyond enforcing discipline. They became active participants in violence, beatings, and even the selection of prisoners for death. Later that year, the British organized what became known as the Belsen Trials. For the first time in history, female concentration camp guards were brought before an international court. Witnesses, survivors of the camps, stepped forward to testify about the brutal acts committed by women whose names would forever be etched in infamy. Names like Irma Grese, known as the Beautiful Beast, just 22 years old, infamous for her sadistic cruelty, or Elisabeth Volkenrath, head female guard at Auschwitz and later Belsen. Their presence in the courtroom was chilling, young, composed, yet accused of unimaginable crimes. The testimony painted a horrifying picture. Prisoners beaten with whips, starved deliberately, and humiliated in ways too dark to fully describe. For the world, it shattered any illusion that cruelty belonged only to men in positions of power. The trial lasted nearly 2 months. Out of 45 defendants, 11 were sentenced to death. Among them were 3 women, Irma Grese, Elisabeth Volkenrath, and Juana Bormann. Their youth, their gender, none of it spared them. The world demanded justice, and the verdict was clear. This was more than punishment. It was a statement that no one, regardless of gender, would be excused for crimes against humanity. On the morning of December the 13th, 1945, at Hamelin Prison in Germany, history was made. For the first time in modern memory, women were hanged for war crimes. The executioner, Albert Pierrepoint, Britain's most famous hangman, carried out the sentences swiftly. Witnesses described the atmosphere as tense, almost surreal. These women, once feared inside the camps, now faced their final reckoning. Their deaths were seen as justice for the tens of thousands of lives lost under their watch. The executions of the Bergen-Belsen guards sent shockwaves around the world. They became a symbol of accountability, but also a chilling reminder. Evil can wear any face, male or female, young or old. Irma Grese, just 22, remains the youngest woman executed under British law in the 20th century. Her story, along with the others, forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. How could ordinary people transform into perpetrators of such horror? And what does this say about human nature when ideology replaces humanity? The story of the female guards of Bergen-Belsen is not just history, it's a warning, a reminder of what happens when cruelty goes unchecked. What do you think? Were these executions true justice, or were they also part of the cycle of vengeance after the war? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more untold stories of history's darkest chapters.